Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, Today's session is about uh, how to get admission at different university, at different college. We have a lot of students. Some of them they are confused at how they can choose their field and how they can get admission at specific university. I'm sure that this session will help you too much, and you will get a lot of information. In our today's session, our guest is Ege Dimishk. Ege Dimishk, thank you so much for
Get the
joining us.
Mishka.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
My
And
pleasure.
yeah, so first of all, Ege, if you introduce yourself to the audience, it will be better.
Okay,
Then
so
we will
my
come to
name
our
is Kadir,
question.
and I am currently a second year student at Imperial College London and like UK London. It is an engineering school. I'm taking electrical and electronic engineering with integrated masters. I graduated at Robert College, an American high school in Turkey, and after like doing some AP examinations and SATs, I was able to get to the Imperial College.
Yeah.
Right now, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I will be leaving back to UK and just be living on my own.
Best of luck for your journey.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ege, my first question is about, as I said before, that we have a lot of students and they are confused that how they can choose their field. For example, if someone is thinking that, oh, this field is better for me regarding their job, regarding their career. So, what is your suggestion for those students and how you will share your experience?
By field, you're meaning engineering, social science, in order
Yeah,
to understand.
like
Okay.
medical, engineering, social sciences, and all these things, medical sciences.
Okay, so it just most basic thing is the passion and the desire. So what type of subjects are you most interested in? What type of thing that you can see yourself doing in 10 years? Yeah, you have to imagine that because you will be doing that thing for the rest of your life. So you have to think like, what do I like doing that I want to do? It is like mostly similar to doing like hobbies, but different than hobbies. They're also going to become your source of income and they're going to build your career. So you have to think where you can excel at. And for my case, I was enjoying my science lessons and mathematics lessons more, and I was more skilled on those lessons. I was more capable. Because of that, I decided to do a STEM-based field in sciences rather than in humanities, which I saw myself weak and struggling. And after like choosing the sciences, I didn't know what to do, either to do engineering or like natural sciences. So in order to do that, I did some research and I went to a summer program to get experience. You don't have to do summer program. Most like thing you need to do is you need to research, get experience, do what both things are doing, and based on your personality and where you see yourself in the future, decide if the job is right for you. So in my case, in the summer school, I learned about the engineering and I liked engineering, and because of that, I wanted to choose engineering as my field. But then it is not over. I'm sorry. Then there's also other like subfields. There's electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, like tons of engineering that I have to choose from, which is going to determine what kind of things that I will be working on. And after that, I'll just do the process of elimination. You
Yeah.
probably start from the general trend. Like usually a process of elimination is better. Instead of deciding what you like, decide on what you don't like, and then you start to see what you actually like.
Maybe,
So
there is one more question come to my mind. As you said before that, before joining, before selecting any field, as you said that you did some research on these things. But if I talk about my own region, about my own student, or regarding my country, we are not doing much research about these things. Just we are thinking that, oh, that guy, he did medical, so he is earning too much, so I have to choose that field.
it's
We,
not good. It's not
yeah,
something
we are
good to
not
do.
thinking about our interests. We are not thinking about that in which field I am interested.
Yeah,
So,
but like
hmm,
there's something. There's going to a field you're interested in, and while doing it, like also excelling it and earning more in the future by like profiling of it. But going to a high working field that is not suited for you and just not going it, and also like become depressed as a person. So like what I think is just find a balance between success and happiness. But no, because like that guy's a doctor and he earns a lot, like doesn't mean I'll also be happy as a doctor, because like doctors, the field of doctor may not be suited for me. Like I may not be able to work for long hours. I may not be able to remember like human body organs a lot. Maybe I'll excel in other like accounting or in law, being a lawyer, like working with people. Maybe I like to work with people, so I'll be joining a more social like career path. So it's like depends on like your personality, because your personality will determine how much you like the job and how much you can like eventually succeed in it. Because in order to succeed in a job, you have to also like it.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Again, I'm also concerned about this. We have to change our mind about education. Just we are considering education is a way of income. So
Yeah,
apart from this,
it's definitely a way of income, but you must not forget to think that you'll be doing that way of income for the rest of your life. So in order to like maximize that way of income, you must like it. You must be like proficient at it internally. So just like it's like a best fit, in engineering, like you probably know, you have to optimize the things by choosing the optimal designs. Make some course not work well with other transforming designs and things like that. It's like optimal design. You have to like find what is the most suited for you.
yeah, that's good. Okay, my next question is about how one can choose university for a specific field. Some of us are thinking that, oh, this university is ranking high, so I need to go for this. And a lot of students, they are contacting me about that which university is best for my field. So what you will suggest for them?
All right, so if you can either look at there are like a tons of ranking sites, and these ranking sites all have different parameters, and these parameters may have skewed based on education. So these parameters are based on the number of Nobel winning professors, their number of like giving awards, but that may not correlate well with undergraduate education, and it may be only like research in some specific field. Like for example, like I talked with a person, like a professor. He told me MIT was the best school, but they were not the best in power engineering. Like it's like a really sub field, but it's like an example. So in order to see a better view, just first do a look at the lists for certain fields you like top schools in electrical engineering, top schools in mechanical engineering, like based on majors. Because some schools, even if they're not ranked very high, they may be the best in the certain major that they're doing, because ranking is usually like measured based on prestige and research paper. Like they can like give you a good idea about the quality, but they're not the final factor. You have to like look field wise, do your searches, and after doing that, you have to still do your like personal research. Look into the schools, look into their like look into their like graduates, look into their like future statements, see like what type of student culture they have, what like type of work they do, what they're like providing, see if this fits for you, and also research if that school is really successful in the field. The best thing that you can do, probably you won't be able to do, is to find like an insider opinion. In your schools, there's probably a college advisors. Go to your college advisors, ask about like insider things, and because these college advisors like send a lot of kids to schools and also talk with other advisors, other admissions officers from colleges, they'll know which schools is best for which fields, and they will able to guide you. But the main thing is personal research. Just open up Google, just spend like 3 or 4 hours of your life. Try to, look at as many schools as possible. Try to find sites, try to find like opinions from the forums. Like maybe you can try to contact an alumni, try to get their opinion if it's possible. It might be hard, but just the main thing is just do research about it. There's no like one definite rank, and you have to look at a lot of sources and a lot of insider information in order to figure out which is the best.
That's great, Gege. Gege, my last question is about what is your advice for those students who is currently studying at university in different field? So, as a university student, what you will advise for them?
University students, just one thing is to don't regularly study. When you learn a field, don't say I'll study it later. Just maybe study it now, maybe study soon, because things can quite pile up, because university is going to be way higher than high school. You might be really successful in high school, but in university there's going to be more rot, there's going to be more depth, there's going to be more confusion, and because of that you have to study. And speaking of study, you have to like balance your time. You have to like get responsible. You have to do assignments on time. You have to like manage time better. You're gonna also be manage your time, so you have to be more wary about your schedule and things. But also, most importantly, again, actually it's not most importantly, the other point is to also like keep contact with your classmates, try to communicate with them, try to study with them, because like they might also help them, you might also help them, you might help each other out. Like, don't afraid to seek help. That's another thing. Professors, they seem like they won't help you, they're hired and you should not be asking them. But I know like most professors I know that if you're like just to send a kind email or just talk to them kindly in a respectful manner, they will help you. They're like eager to help you learning something. Like if you like couldn't understand the topic, just don't leave it as ununderstand. Just ask the professor about it, and they will be eager to help describe it to topic to you. And again, the most important thing is to keep your sleep balance and also keep your like mental physiques, because like if you push yourself too hard and burn out, that is not good for your performance. That will decrease your performance, that will make you more miserable. Also, like because your performance decreased, your like grades won't be helped. So you have to like keep your mind sharp, and that is about being mindfulness about your work-life balance. You have to work, you have to study, but don't forget to also just go out for walks, just to talk with your friends and whatnot. Just keep that balance going. And in order to do that, you have to like be aware of everything that you're doing. But being very, I mean, like this is the work I need to do, but in the meantime I can also do these things. I have to like, in order to do that work, I have to give into that, but I have to also realize that work is too much, and I have to, even if it's short, I need a short break. I need to like make sure I get enough sleep. Sleep is really important, by the way, 8 hours sleep. Yeah. So it's all about managing and being wary of everything that's happening around you.
Yes, again, thank you so much for sharing your thought with my student, and I'm sure they will get a lot of help from what you said. And we will meet soon, and also we will discuss the book which you wrote. Actually, I want to tell you one more thing very interesting. He is also author of one book, but we will discuss this later in our next session. He will explain that how he wrote a book when he was in high school. It's something very great, and I really appreciate his effort, and he is very hardworking guys. So that's why I'm very happy that you can share your thought with my student, and thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you for inviting me too.
Yeah.